it's making me realize everything we've been through makes us strong enough. You and I.
So, you're a new recruit to Rainbow Six Siege. You're about to join one of the greatest gaming communities out there, but you may be wondering, what is Rainbow Six? Rainbow Six is a game where multiplayer is at the center of the experience, focusing on gameplay that is just the right mix of tactics, destruction, and unique heroes that we call our operators. This video will help you learn everything you need to know before your first steps in Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six features 3 different team deathmatch online game modes: Hostage, Secure Area, and Bomb. At the beginning of each round, there will be time for preparation. Defenders will be able to set their defenses with a variety of tools and gadgets. Attackers can send drones to recon the map, locate threats, objectives, and prepare their attack. But whether attacking or defending, knowing which operator to choose will have a big impact on your game. Operators are truly the heroes of Rainbow Six Siege, choosing amongst dozens of highly trained operatives from all over the world. Each operator is specialized in either offense or defense, owning tools and gadgets unique to them. Some operator gadgets allow them to set traps. Others excel at breaching. Mastering each skill and gadget will be key to your survival. But choosing your operator is only a fraction of the equation, as an effective team is more than the sum of its parts. In Rainbow Six, you're only as good as your team. So, play with your friends or let the matchmaking pick teammates for you. While there's no respawning and no second chances, once your operator is down, you can still exploit security cameras or remaining player drones to help your team achieve victory. Because each environment brings its own challenges, working, planning, and executing together with your team will be key to your success. There are a variety of maps to choose from, with more being released all the time. No two are alike, so you'll need to adapt your strategy, tactics, and choose your operators accordingly. Some will force close encounters. As for others, mastering medium and long-range engagement will be key. In Rainbow Six Siege, you have to always mind your surroundings. Environmental destruction is core to the game experience. When defending, you'll have to take into consideration that windows, walls, and even ceilings can be breached. So reinforce your position and be ready for anything. Rainbow Six Siege is constantly evolving, with free updates, new maps, and operators. But it's more than a game. It's a thriving community with 25 million players and counting. And the community is more alive than ever. Rainbow Six is a game built for gamers with a competitive spirit who won't back down from a challenge. And now, it's your turn to play.
Seconds remaining, ball on the blue side. It's not gonna happen. STMC Gold take the grand final.
Because with live sport cancelled and footy fields deserted, there's never been a better time to be a gamer.
Second attempt, but no boost to fall through. He's trying desperately to get another touch, but he just cannot get there. And with 5 seconds remaining, that could have been the last attempt. Colt's gonna get one more goal in. And STMC Gold take game number 1 with that goal right there. Granted,
playing online games in a school uniform is now the next big thing.
He is now in a position. The C4 comes out, melts out. Lightning can't get the follow-up frag.
This is the world of esports, aka sporting comps played via online games.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to week 5, the final week of the round robin stage for HSL for Rainbow Six. My name is the Russian Cthulhu. Milboss has been unfortunately abducted by the aliens, so we are still investigating his whereabouts. But for the time being, I'll be the one to get you through the show for tonight. We have an exciting set of games coming in. So we have the FLSHS Lenvias, almost nailed it, versus TLC the Lakers Legends coming right up. There it is. So far, Forest Lake State High School has been performing absolutely phenomenally. They are on the flawless streak right now, and the highest amount of rounds that has been taken out of them in a single map has been 3. So for Lakers Legends, first of all, this is going to be their chance to maybe get a draw, maybe get a win, which is still statistically somewhat possibly unlikely, but one could only hope for that. But they are also looking at maybe giving the first loss or maybe a first draw to Forest Lake State High School as well. So let's take a look as well at the rosters of the two teams. First up is the Lenvias roster. That is Yoda Gaming, Bohan Jones, Jimmy Bobbin, Burger and Tomato. Burger, not tomato, maybe, and Duckvid. So this roster so far has been pretty much clinical. Not a single loss, not a single map has been even remotely close to really being lost out. The only teams that did take them fairly close to the 3 points were MFAC Gentlemen, and I believe it was also the MFAC Beasts who took them to 5-3 scoreline. Any other team has been pretty much sitting on 5-1, 5-2s, and pretty much not really being given a whole lot of leeway there. But let's take a look at the roster of TLC, the Lakers Legends as well, who are going to be playing against them. So we got Mokaji, I believe that is the ICB roster, that is. But yeah, so we will quickly fix that up, well, eventually. But yeah, TLC, the Lakers Legends, so far they haven't really had a whole lot of good performance, unfortunately, for themselves. They have been getting a few decent attempts. I mean, looking at their points, unfortunately, the only point where they were able to really score at a single round was against Gentlemen, at least according to the tournament page. I would imagine that they did take maybe a few more rounds of other teams, because otherwise, yeah, this is looking like it might be a little bit of a one-sided game. But things do happen pretty much on each and every level of competitive siege. We saw plenty of times when even in the higher echelon of teams like Fnatic were getting beaten and flawless by the bottom of the leaderboard team. So yeah, we'll have to see how things will go off, as we are just about to transition into theme park, ladies and gentlemen. The beautiful theme park will be played out here, the first time actually on the HSL broadcast as well, and we are going to go right into it straight away. There we go. Also, the request from one of the players did come out from Burger Not Tomato 1 to give him a shout out. So shout out to the man himself as well. So we'll have to see how he will be able to really perform here, and maybe we will be seeing maybe some spicy game from him. So we'll have to have a look. Looking at the ban phase here, the Thatcher coming through straight away. No. Nothing too unusual, really, but he is still a fairly strong operator here on Theme Park, especially on sites like the Armory, sites like the bunks, like the Initiation. But no ban to come through from TLC. They are just looking like they might just enjoy the game, really, not really look at maybe sweating it and maybe not trying hard. So if both of these teams can turn it into a fun and enjoyable game for themselves, rather than just one team sweating it out while the other is trying to just enjoy the time, this could be a very entertaining matchup, I'm gotta say. Because at the moment, for TLC, I believe there's not a whole lot of ways to really get themselves up on the leaderboard. Let me just quickly have a peek at the tournament page once again. They will need I believe, they will need a single win to even remotely contest with the MFAC Beasts, but at the moment, might be a difficult time for them to pull that off, but nonetheless, no bans coming through for the final ban, and the only two ops that we will be seeing are Thatcher and Caveira gone off the board. So, kicking things off, it is going to be Initiation Room to be played out by the defense of Lenvias, whereas TLC will be the one to, the Lakers Legends will be coming up on the offense here. Looking at the general lineup here as well, it seems like Lenvias are prompting for a very heavy roam setup for themselves. Nothing showing that they are planning to play any way of anchor, vigil. Oh god, this is looking like we are most definitely looking for a very interesting setup, to say at the very least. The setup from down below? Surely they are going to trick. I know what they are doing. They are pulling essentially what Team Sinister did during the last season, I believe, of Pro League as well, where they ended up tricking the Pittsburgh Knights into thinking that that was actually on Clubhouse. They tricked them thinking that the site was in the Armory, whereas the actual site was in Gym. So maybe here, if FLHS will be able to make the bait work, this could be huge. Bohan Jones is the one to kick things off, though, with a run out, as I'm having a slight lag in the internet, but a run out with a pistol nonetheless, and that is like first blood onto Frosty Pop-Tart to come through, and, well, first frag, first blood has been already drawn. Ria Blank and Luthville will be the one to try to get some play going, but it seems that so far not a single player will be really even bothering about the fact that the site might be just up above. Big Boy Barry finds the shot onto Burger, not Tomato, as well, and, well, we are back to a 3 versus 3 after Bohan and Burger tried to go for a little bit more of an aggressive play, but fortunately for them, couldn't really make it work. Luthville trying to get some kind of information thanks to Six Seeger. So also droning it out. Big Boy Barry as well. They are fully dedicated to the fact that there is a defense set up downstairs, so they're not even contesting or even questioning that idea at all. So peaks definitely going to be all happening at the Dragon Stairs. As right now, Ash and Luthville about to start maybe trying to go in for the pincer move, but right now, the Vigil missing out. Both of them actually missing out on a few shots, but right now the 30-round magazine is a little bit larger than what the Blackbeard had with the Scar H. So right now in a 2v3, things definitely looking a little bit shaky here, as Jimmy Bobbin is still roaming up above. Corin Cooley is the one to play just offside, and actually, matter of fact, all three of the players are offside, so a simple, quick push in right onto side should make things a whole lot easier, but both of the TLC players are very much disconnected from each one another, so it's going to be two isolated 1v1 situations, and maybe 1v2, but we'll have to see how things will go out. 43 seconds remaining, and right now, a bit of an engagement between Barry and Yoda will be resulting in Barry's victory, but meanwhile off screen, it's Corin Cooley who was able to claim the life of Six Seeger, and right now, this is a 1v2 situation. Full, well, pseudo-side control, but 25 seconds remaining, and it seems that Barry is just about to realize that the side is just up above, and no, the bait has been eaten. Hook, line, and sinker. And right now, this is just about pretty much the time all drained out. Barry completely confused and lost at the fact that the plant is not here. The bombs are up above, and well, that is already a debate and a half. The round one has been completely lost by TLC, and well, Lenvias already toying around with their prey with round number one, and well, that is the first round going into the hands of Lenvias. Nicely done, as we are going to be transitioning over into round number 2. Lab and storage will be the play, and curious if we are going to be seeing more of the shenanigans here, similar to what was presented in round number 1 from Lenvius here. Bringing in the Tachanka maybe by Jimmy Bobbin. Is he going to stick to it though? Now that is the big question, because they are so far been memeing quite... yeah, has been already quite memey enough, and Barry already starts questioning his sanity. A 6-pick nonetheless, though, comes from Bohan Jones, though, who is going to be swapping over from Valkyrie to a dog. So this is, once again, looking like a bit of a meme setup clash, and a chunker in a single roster lineup. Looking like we just might be seeing pretty interesting setup. The only thing that could be bothering defense is the fact that they will probably need to hold the cafeteria, which will be the only place that will be granting some vertical play. Well, maybe partially the daycare, but this is not looking likely. Pretty decent anchor setup being done here. A few rotation holes already set up. Interestingly enough, Bergenot Tomato is not going to be actually playing around at a Tachanka turret, and rather instead be going on a one-man roam with a P10C nonetheless, instead of the SPSMG, which has been pretty much the huge boom in popularity with some of the players. A few attempts are being made to get a cheeky spawn peek here by Bohan Jones, as he knows that there is somebody. He has the angle, and well, oh, there it is. There's the peek, trying to find a few shots, but only just a slight scare for 6-Eager right now. And well, he will be staying with 75 HP, so for the time being, it's still a 5v5 situation. Slight health disadvantage, but it seems that for now, will be a pretty steady push. Yoda Gaming, the roaming maestro as well, deciding to play around the barrels, but nobody is going to be even remotely close by to that window, so for the time being, Lenvias will be left questioning as to where the push may be coming from. Some pressure is being applied, I believe, from up above, as it is 6-Seeger and the Thermite as well going in for the push, as right now, both of them do need to fall back, as nonetheless, that's still quite some damage. Twitch is there as well to deal some bit of damage, but unfortunately won't be successful whatsoever. There is an attempt. I'm not too sure why is the Clash being shot at here, but right now Yoda is looking at potentially scoring a frag here, whilst there is some attention being drawn onto Clash. Fantastic peek. Make it a 2 actually for both Bohan Jones and Yoda Gaming, and Koran Cooley already finding a 3rd frag for his team as well. All down to 6-Eager as Luthville does fall as well. Now in a 1v5 situation, things certainly not looking all too pretty, given that this was a pretty good demolition here from the roster of Lenvius. A lone Ash with still mildly broken headbox, but oh, 6-Eager missing out on those shots. It seems that she's about to get zapped and, well, get a handful of everything, really. This is just all falling apart, and oh my goodness. That looked a little bit sloppy there, but it seems that just the whole strat was all about rushing here, given that Doc pretty much soaked up all of that damage from the rifle. Well, round 3 is about to start happening here. Bunk and Daycare is coming right up. Once again, we are seeing just about similar setup. Koran Cooley will be this time bringing in a cap can. As well as that, we'll be seeing a pick of Pulse from Jimmy Bobbin. And yeah, Jackal pick on the side of TLC will be coming out to try to even remotely maybe contest utility-wise the very aggressive, overly complicated roam of Lenvias here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Round 3, and well, bunks will be played out already. a few positions are being opened up by very unconventional ways of burger, not tomato. And maybe a few rotation holes between the sites could be done here, but it seems that for now, though, the Oryx is not going to really bother a whole lot about his health, given that after somewhat of a recent buff, he will only be losing only 5 points of health. And for the time being, yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting round at in general, but I believe, Milboss, you have been returned from the alien abduction. How are you feeling?
Oh, look, they probed a couple of places, but we're good to go. So I say we get this one properly underway, you know, now that I'm here.
All right. Very well, very well. But yeah, so far we've seen just to give you kind of a bit of a TLDR for the whole round, we've seen a little bit of a few meme strats. We're already seeing Lenvias kind of bait in TLC to think that the site was an armory, whereas in reality it was an initiation. And well, already we are going in for a few spawn peaks and runouts here by the Ella of, well, Bohan Jones, but he got shut down pretty quickly.
Yeah, a little bit cheeky there trying to go for something like that, but doesn't work out in the end. Nevertheless, FLSH will be feeling a lot better about, you know, being 2 rounds up already, so they can sort of relax a little bit in that regard. Nevertheless, does give the man advantage to TLC.
Yeah, TLC certainly will be feeling a little bit better now that they were able to get rid of 2 of the main roamers of Lenvias, but right now, Oryx, that's 1, that's 2 already. Oh, with a hip fire, could he go for a 3? Gets a triple as well. All of a sudden, this whole attack completely destroyed, deconstructed, and completely shut down, as we are seeing the final member of TLC completely fall to the hands of Corin Coley.
Yeah, the Oryx just going absolutely nuts there, and just, you know, using the abilities of the operator as they were intended, just running around being just a little bit too hard to deal with and rushing them down, finding 3 quite quick and easy frags, and setting up his team for the 3rd round win in a row. So, yeah, TLC on the very back foot, the furthest back foot we've seen so far.
Yeah. Lakers Legends certainly not looking too well here for their final in the round robin performance, as certainly that 3-0 is going to be putting a little bit of a strain, maybe if they were trying to get a few dubs. Obviously, I mean, I would hope that they would still be at least remotely trying to get the play going for themselves, but yeah, at the moment, a 3-0, only 2 rounds away for Lenvias to claim the epic gamer win on map number 1. I mean, it's not looking particularly too well.
Well, just continuing to get their setup ready to go. Ella, they're just trying to pretty much eliminate that wall. And I don't know if there's any strategy to it. I think it's just for the sake of trying. There we go. Yeah. It does get shut down in the end there. That board floating in midair. Talk about aliens. They're showing up in game now.
Aliens, yeah. Funnily enough, actually, I just realized the whole of defense is actually running a shotgun one way or another. Because Yoda is running a slug double barrel shotgun with the ACOG. Corin Cooley is running a TCSG, which is a slug shotgun. Bohan Jones on FO12, Spas 12 for Burger and Tomato, and Jimmy Bobbin is on the M1014. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, like, what really else did you expect when you've got Lenvias going up against, you know, being top of the league, going up against the Lakers Legends at the bottom of the league? It's really, you know, they can just toy around until potentially we see Lakers come out with something a little bit nicer, a little bit better, a little bit more strategic and well thought out. Until that happens, you can see Lenvias just really go for it and do whatever they want, and that's what they've done so far. It's working. Oh, this could be deadly. Going for the kill with the shotgun. Finds the first. The second one hasn't been found yet, but they're able to get it. Jimmy Bobbin finds that. Frosty Pop-Tart does get a trade with the Claymore onto Bohan Jones, but nevertheless, still a very solid trade here for Lenvias.
Yeah, meanwhile, we just saw Luthville nearly get bulldozed there by burger and tomatoes or eggs. But already a very unexpected engagement there as well for Jimmy Bob, and will be resulting in the loss of his life. And well, now it's all down to the two slug shotgun wielders, that is Corin Cooley and Yoda Gaming on Kaid and Vigil, respectively.
Yeah, probably the best situation that the Lakers Legends have been in so far, but Corin Cooley is going to be able to bring that back to a 2 versus 2 and HP advantage for Lenvius. And with minute 18, I mean, there's a lot of time to work with here for the attacking team, but that also works in favor of the defensive side because they can just sort of pick and choose where on the map they're going to sit up and just wait for something to happen, wait for someone to come and pretty much run into their line of fire. So right now, Lakers Legends slowing it down. They can't afford to be too slow because, you know, that 1 minute 15 odd seconds will rapidly decrease, and we're already down under a minute.
Yeah, certainly not looking too pretty. Or at the very least, they are going in a two-man kind of peeking squad, just trying to cover both of their angles whenever they go in for the peek. But it seems that at the moment, this could be a little bit of a too slow of a push, rather, as Corin Cooley is about to maybe try to go in for the peek. But, oh, Yoda Gaming does find a shot. Oh, misses the single one. Tries to maybe finish off with a Pokeball. That even doesn't even connect in well right now. At the very least, the revive is going to be coming through, but it's Corin Cooley that is already on the flank. Finds that double kill. Fantastic play, and well, that is all that she wrote for round number 4.
Yeah, already match point, I believe, here for the first map, if I'm not mistaken, and looking very, very good for FLSHS Lenvius. What a name. My God, these Brisbane high schools, man, there's something about them. They've got some crazy long names.
Well, if that's the only compensation for the way how they're playing and the skill that they so far shown during the HSL, I'm not too complaining, really.
Well, match point looking very good here. Tachanka potentially coming out as the 6th pick is going to go to Bohan Jones. Over towards the Bandit, locks that in. So this is set up to be an interesting potential final round. You've got the Capcan and the Lord himself.
I mean, they've the Lenvius squad has already brought out the Chunker pick in round number 2 as well, which funnily enough, hasn't seen any kind of action whatsoever. So maybe this time this is going to be kind of the redemption for the Lord himself, given that they are also bringing in a shotgun for him, which is the SASG. Quite a nasty shotgun if you can control the recoil or if you get a finger buff. But apart from that, not a whole lot of range there for that gun. Albeit that, yeah, I mean, shotguns only. I mean, looking at the setup, yeah, I don't think Bohan Jones and Corin Cooley got the memo on that one.
No, not quite. Listening to the team instructions there. Oh, this looks like it could be a play for an early run out, but at that range with the shotgun, unless they come close to that window, isn't going to do a lot, but that seems to be where they're heading. This could be disastrous.
Yoda.
This could go down horribly, but no, they've actually made their way past Yoda. It's now down.
Oh, man.
Tomato. Are they going to spot? No, they just run past. Oh, wow.
Luthil, though, completely ignoring any type of pushes, just goes in for the peek and runs right into the duo of the Russian operators, and that is it for him. Same goes for Frosty Pop-Tart as well, as the man has gone down due to some of the gunfights, and well, now it's Big Boy Barry going to try to get a bit of a standoff with a pistol, but shut down completely, no remorse.
Yeah, the pistol of Bohan Jones just a little bit too strong there, and already it's a 2 versus 5. I mean, it's descended into absolute chaos here. Blue Panda in the chat, you know exactly what's going on. We casted a game that was not too dissimilar to this, just absolute chaos with shotguns all across the board. And it's really not looking good for these attackers. Reblanc is trying their best with a shotty, but again, the range doesn't help out in these sorts of situations.
Oh boy. Yoda just copped a decent amount of damage as well. That extended barrel on the FO12 is actually doing quite a few really quality of life things. And it is going to be a pistol that will be shutting things down. Bohan Jones to score a double. And Lenvy, flawless run for map number 1 as well, will be coming out. And, well, all down to map number 2 for TLC to try to get back into the game and maybe try to run away with maybe just a few more rounds for themselves, if not a draw, to worsen the general pattern of the Lenvius run so far.
Well, there we go. Yeah, first map in the books and a very, very solid half from Lenvius, and the Lakers Legends just not quite able to step up to the mark there, as they struggle to really get anything going. A few players got 2-3 kills each, but still not quite enough to really make any moves on Lenvius. But is there anything you can point out that could change the outcome so far from what we've seen, or do you think it's pretty much all done and dusted here as we go into the second map?
Look, realistically, I'd say that not a whole lot of things can be done here on the side of TLC. They had a few decent ideas, but the way how they've been ultimately going for some of the peaks, how are they going for some of the engagements, certainly was not particularly looking too pretty, but maybe some live droning to go with them and to kind of give them an early indication of, hey, there might be a gunfight happening. But with the way how Lenvius were playing on the defense, it was very unpredictable, very kind of almost ranked styled kind of thing, where it's just general kind of run out central. There's not a whole lot of particular strategy, as in more so of a serious strategy there. So it's very hard to predict. So the way how TLC were attempting to play, so play for the aggression of FLSHS, it was a solid idea, but unfortunately the aim department wasn't really up to date there.
Yeah, just sort of getting bullied across the board with those runouts and spawn peaks and whatnot. And, it's something that you have to always be concerned about, as you say, very ranked style of play there, but it's really nothing that you can combat when the aim just isn't there. So that does lead us into the second map. We are going to go to a quick break while we get that sorted out for you guys, so don't go anywhere.
We've been through makes us strong enough, you and I, you and I. It's making me realize everything we've been through makes us strong enough, you and I, you and I. Everything we've been through makes us strong enough, you and I, you and I.
They've got a very good shot here, I'd say, at being able to make this retake happen. Oh, that is perfect timing from Reginald. 1 versus 2 now. Ahad needs to get over to the bomb site. Nowhere to be seen. They should be able to just jump straight onto the C-fuse.
And just like that, they sure will, but timer is just a little bit too close maybe for the comfort zone, but that was a very well executed play by Gentleman.
Really nice stuff from these guys. Yep, has been spotted out. Reginald, real awkward positioning right now. Will find the first though, but because of being outside for so long, Darthdude's going to know exactly where they're coming from. Reginald's just jumping straight on it. Reginald's jumping straight on it. What?
That was
For a
ballsy.
second there, that was... Yeah, that's one way to say it. You couldn't even see him from here. Struggling in this one, Eugene, still with 0 kills, has to step up. Last possible chance to do it, 1 versus 5. I think this might just be about all she wrote. Finds the first, turns the back, 2 behind him, and that is going to be that. ICB1 Nation are going to take the first map in a very commanding 5-1 fashion.
This is definitely looking a whole lot closer now, as Humphrey and Reginald are able to deal quite some damage, but just not enough. It's Ahad again to find the frag, and all down to Humphrey, as even he, with the Vector, won't be able to withstand the onslaught of the almighty Shaq with a 5-7.
Right now, it's looking like it's all ICB's party. It's all their game right now. Cornelius goes down. Humphrey gets a very important kill on the player with the diffuser, but that's going to do it. There we go. ICB, a flawless 5-0 victory on map number 2. Total 10-1 scoreline in this best of 2 series, and a fantastic night is going to see them go second in the league. Welcome back, everybody, to tonight's last week of the regular season here for HSL. And, of course, we have the top and the bottom teams going up against each other. We have the Lakers going up against Lenvius, Milwaukee, Cthulhu. That way to me. There we go.
Yep.
We got it right. It's all reversed. It's so confusing. But, yeah, we saw the first map go down, a flawless 5-0 map. Is there anything that we can see going differently for the second map?
Look, honestly, I wouldn't really hold any hopes, particularly for TLC. I still do think that we might be seeing some funky rounds and some just good fun to be had between the two teams. But I believe here is just for Lenvius, this is just another way to kind of, you could say, stat pad their final standings stats. But yeah, apart from that, I just think that this might be just an entertaining game to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably the best word to describe map 1, was just a bit of entertainment from just some of the silly plays that they were pulling off and making work. But, you know, we talked about it before the break. Definitely a bit more of a puggy/ranked style of play coming out of them, because they are able to just bully these guys, unfortunately. and that's because, you know, there is that bit of a skill gap there, but obviously everyone improves with a bit of experience. So once, you know, these teams start to play a little bit more, they'll learn what they can and can't get away with. And, you know, that being said, we haven't been able to see Lenvius up against any of the other sort of similar skill level teams like the Gentlemen or ICB as an example, but we don't really know how they played against them. So up against teams that kind of know what they're doing, where do they really stand? Yes, they won those games, but where tactically do they stand? I'm interested to see as we head towards finals.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to be curious to see how will just finals and playoffs in general really turn out here, as I definitely think that this is going to be a much closer matchup. We're definitely going to be seeing some of the down to the final set of rounds kind of thing, and I definitely think that most of the wins are going to be coming down to literally just seconds of the final round. So curious how things will really work out here, but let's also have a look at the standings as well of the teams out so far in the week. 5 weeks of HSL has really shaped up.
Yeah, well, as we said, Lenvius smack bang top of the leaderboard, having a very solid run through, 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 0 anything really, having a great showing this whole season long. And then the Lakers that we're watching tonight, unfortunately, have had the other end of things. They've had the short end of the stick, 4 losses, unfortunately, there. And, we see that sort of middle of the ground, the middle pack, if you will, make a little bit more sense and start to level itself out a bit, with ICB retaining second place, Mars and Mako's in third, MFAC Gentlemen in fourth, and MFAC Beast in fifth. So, based on the other games that go down tonight, there definitely still could be some changes that go down on the leaderboard, as we do have Gentlemen and Mako's going up against each other. That's probably the biggest one to watch out for. Meanwhile, ICB are taking on the Beast. That should be a relatively simple victory, but again, you never really know. But I'd have to say, if anything, that the important match of the week will be that Mako's versus Gentlemen one. We just have to wait and see what the result is of that. But yeah, I think this one that we're watching is probably in the books, but that one could change the shape of the playoffs if, in fact, Gentlemen are able to get back up into third place.
Yeah, if Gentlemen can get into third place, I certainly will be quite curious to see how will they perform against the second place, or rather, the remaining team that will be decided, and as to who will be in the third place. It could be ICB, it could be Mars and Mako's. I'll have to figure it out further down the line. But yeah, overall, I definitely reckon this could be a very close contention for who will be resulting in the top 3 position. But yeah, I believe Coastline is just about to be ready as well. The sunny coastline could be there to be played out, and I do believe that this is going to be still a very close, not close, but definitely could be a very interesting or very fun matchup to be played out.
Yeah, Coastline we've seen a little bit throughout the season so far, and it really has shaped up to be a solid watch pretty much every time we've seen it. It's been a lot of fun. So hopefully that trend continues. Hopefully TLC, or the Lakers Legends as they are known as, are able to pick it up a little bit and actually start to put some rounds on the boards. But we never really know until we get it underway, and here we go. With that, we have the ban phase. Anything that we're expecting, maybe some sort of target ban out of TLC?
Yeah, I don't think TLC will really be going for a whole lot of target bans. Last time we saw them ban out, it was actually just a no ban for the attack and a Caveira on the defense to be banned out. So I don't think there will be a whole lot of things to be banned out here, but funnily enough, it's going to be Jackal off board. It feels like TLC just don't really want to bother with the Jackal, given that they are the ones to start on defense. So the less hassle that they have to deal with, I mean, the better it is.
Yeah, but I guess on the other end of the spectrum, you got to think that TLC, what's their roam game like, and is it really going to be that effective getting rid of the Jackal, or would it have been better to get rid of a different operator that could do a little bit more damage? I mean, Jackal definitely can do a lot of damage, has some very good weaponry available to him. FLSH is actually opting not to ban an attacker and potentially running out the clock for the defensive ban as well. Yeah, they've decided to not take anyone off the board.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision, albeit that it was somewhat similar on Theme Park, albeit we saw both of the teams to just ban out a single operator overall. And TLC probably not going to be looking for another ban as well, as we are going to be just running out of time. But instead, it's going to be Warden to be bullied out. The resident Ned Flanders will be deciding to keep on tending to his garden and just doing his own Christian things.
Well, here we go. First round, and I'll be interested to see what sort of setup we see from Lenvius, because, yeah, it was a little bit more of a troll setup to begin with, or towards the end of that first map at least. And will they continue in a similar vein here? No, it seems a bit... I mean, it's not super practical, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing too unusual, minus the Caveira pick from TLC, bringing in and locking actually her in, whereas on the side of Lenvius, well, it's definitely looking like a full-on Pain setup of DKB, Lion, Blitz, Ash, and Ying to top that all off. So not only they won't be able to move, they won't be able to hear, they won't be able to see, and, well, ultimately probably will not really be able to live for long in the round.
Yeah, I mean, they've just decided to go for the all-out pain train with no hard breaching availability, as the Thermite was 6-picked for the Ash. That was Karan Cooley.
Karan Cooley was able to really get a fair few frags there for himself, and he was able to really bring in the effort whenever the rest of the team was waffling about. So I wouldn't be surprised if he will be the one to actually bring in the highlight here for this final map between TLC and FLSHS. There we go. Nearly nailed it.
Yeah, I told you, it's not an easy one to get out of him out. They don't make it easy in Brisbane. What are you guys doing up there?
I mean, probably just level 1 or level 2 restrictions, making it a whole lot more interesting and spicier comparative to Melbourne and the close-by sectors.
Yeah, look, Stage 4 is not my favourite thing of all time, but here we go. Just playing straight on through. They put out the first Lion drone, and it doesn't really give them much because no one has really... Oh, that's a bit of tank damage you'll have to see. No one's really verged away from the sites. This defense seems to be quite static here from TLC, and most of them, if you see those X-rays, are just sitting prone.
Yeah, certainly just looks like it's just going to be a very withdrawn defense. Jimmy Bobbin already going in. I'm going to try to go in for the swing. There's the first frag, completely unresponsive there. The user has not been found. 404 error, no aim whatsoever, and all down to Luthville to try to make a return. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Okay, he finds one. Can he find another one and try to run away? Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, this is not looking well. This is not looking pretty, Burger. Think of the children, please.
Burger No Tomato just coming on through the full flash and then goes for the melee hit to end out the round there. And unsurprisingly, Lenvius are going to take round 1 here in the second map. But going back just quickly, if we might, to the leaderboard, it definitely, there is a potential for a big shake-up, because I was just trying to do the maths while we were talking earlier. If somehow MFAC Beasts are able to cause some kind of upset onto ICB, either Gentlemen or Makos could make it into second position on the leaderboard. So there is also a potential for a full switcheroo for the top 3, which is, or at least for the second and third place, which is could be a very big change to things. But that was just a bit of tidbit information that I thought I'd pull out, but not super relevant.
Attackers need to
Still.
locate and defuse as many bombs
Yeah,
as they
I
can.
like when there's still quite some uncertainty, even in the last week of the round robin, where everything could really still happen, especially in the top 3 kind of shake-up. Obviously, the Lenvias already solidified their position there for themselves, and I doubt that there's going to be any kind of chance that they will be completely outed from their top 1 position. But for the second and the third, yeah, this is definitely going to be still quite a battle, so there won't be quite a whole lot of sense to really throw in some of the games by the teams today. Well, minus maybe TLC, but we're not going to be talking about that for long. But yeah, I mean, overall, I certainly think that there are a few scenarios that could be definitely spicing up the general storyline of HSL quite severely. Well, not severely, but quite a whole lot. That's probably the right word.
I mean, basically the whole middle of the pack, apart from these 2 teams we're watching right now, can still change positions. Anyone can still change positions depending on how the results do go. I think we have a fair idea about how they're going to go, and what makes the most sense is probably it's going to stay the same way. But okay, Big Boy Barry's going to be able to find a trade there after Frosty Pop Tart goes down first.
The plant has already gone down. Interestingly enough.
Good. 2 shield operators as well defending it. This is just going to be pain.
3 shield ops, actually.
The Lakers Legends. Oh yeah, 3. The Lakers Legends to try and defend this. They've gone for all 3 shield operators. They've actually been able to find Byron Jones. So there we go. The Blitz is out of action. But, oh no. 6 Sega just struggling, 12 seconds remaining, and I think that might just be about it. The delay tactics work to perfection, and there's nothing that TLC can do this round, and there we go. unsurprisingly, again, Lemvius will get the second round.
Yeah, there it is once again. Indeed, just absolutely, just this is Lenvias essentially just proceeding to bully their opponents at this point. TLC, unfortunately, as much as I hate harping on their performance, as much as I hate harping on just general unfortunate setup on the leaderboard, can't seem to be able to really find a whole lot of answer. Albeit that they've provided effort. Effort was put in there to attempt to shut down any kind of just general rush, but by the time they tried to kind of recollect themselves, that was pretty much just about it, really. The diffuser has been already planted and not a whole lot of time remaining there.
Yeah, just not able to get the retake going, and again, delay tactics with those 3 shield operators just makes it that much more difficult, because they can be incredibly difficult to deal with if you don't have nitro cells and you don't have a lot of utility that can be used to take them out. So, you know, finding that lucky headshot if they do peek to go for a shot with the pistol is very few and far between. Yeah, looks like we're going penthouse, and again, TLC, I mean, they seem to be liking their whole very shallow defense of basically staying about as close as possible to the bomb sites and basically entrapping themselves in there with, you know, boards going down left, right, and center. So right now, it just looks like Lemvius have their number.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse.
Yeah, well, see what kind of shenanigans the attack will come to this time. Yoda Gaming bringing in the boss GA cog with the Dokebi, and there's already a bit of a roam play by Big Boy Barry. He's already hidden. He could actually deal quite a crushing blow here to any kind of push. As Luthville is already going in for a little bit of more so of a multitasking here. Already a double kill though for Jimmy Bobbin, as he claims the double, make it a triple kill as well. That 80 round mag is definitely doing quite some damage, but Frosty Pop-Tart is already able to shut things down a little bit more, but still a 2v4 with damage already being dealt. Things are certainly not looking all too pretty here.
Yeah, Jimmy Bobbin just able to quite literally get away with murder and shut down everything. That should be a free kill. No Yoda Gaming not able to make it work, and Frosty Pop-Tart stays alive on site, has 2 kills to the name, and can now try and stay alive for the rest of this defense. Oh no, Luthful takes a decent amount of damage there, and the peaks from Bohan Jones are just so quick and rapid on the Ash. Able to find the first kill of the 2, goes in for the second, can't quite make it work. Frosty Pop-Tart staying alive by the skin of his teeth. They're sending players in one by one. This is just BM.
Yeah, at this point, this is just more so of just toying with their prey. Burger No Tomato will be trying to this time shut down Frosty Pop-Tart. A flashbang to come in, and he is completely blind. Another flashbang to roll in to just run in and rub in the salt on the wound, and well, finally there's the knife for FLSHS.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even click for me for the first couple of plays that they were just going in one at a time. I was like, what is this tactic? And there we go. They go for the knife, makes it work. They're calling out the knife only round. Can they get TLC to confirm a knife only round? Or in fact, they're the ones who are asking for it. But yeah, it looks like they're going to go for that for the last round potentially. That would bring it in.
Oh, I'm not too sure if we lost Milboss once again, but Penthouse and Theater will be once again picked here for the defense, bringing in this time defense, bringing in a little bit more of a reinforced setup for the anchor plays. Maybe we are back to it, maybe not, but looking at the general setup, Luthville is the one to bring in the chunker here, whereas the remainder of the roster is going to be playing in the shower room? Bathroom? Curious. Oh, either way, unfortunately for the time being, we have lost Mr. Milboss to the blue screen of death. So hopefully we'll be able to pull him out once again out of the deep void of unfortunate demise. But for the time being, it looks like it's just hi, Lufil. Yes, he's probably prompting, getting Big Boy Barry to dance, and well, dance he will. He will follow the orders of the Lord himself to try to dance a little bit more. Maybe execute the hostage. Who knows? Russian tactics cannot be questioned any time, but there's a little bit of intentional damage. I know Big Boy Barry's certainly not going to be too much of a big boy after being shortened down by that LMG. So let's take a look at the offense, though, as it is going to be Burger No Tomato with the Nook to go in for the push. And, well, seems that already the site has been discovered. The push is about to come through. It is going to be Frosty Pop-Tart to try to go in for the peak. Does get some damage, but it's Bohan to find the frag. Rather, the G8 is doing the damage, but oh, there's already some unfortunate losses, and well, a little bit of a desync there for the Amaru of FLSHS. It's Six Seeger and Reblank that was able to find a shot. Already Burger No Tomato does claim a single frag, but straight away gets traded out. This time, no... Oh wait, no, pardon. It is actually going to be 1-by-1 push. Maybe this time Yoda Gaming is going to be returning back, and I believe we just might have Mr. Milboss back into the game, back from the Blue Void. No, I believe... Oh, yeah, there we are. Okay. Blue screen, baby. Let's go. All right.
We have some blue screens tonight. That's what we've got.
I mean, at least you get some excitement here, even
yeah,
with level 4.
There's not much going on with stage 4 restrictions, so gotta get a little bit exciting sometimes. Like, I mean, come on. It's one of those things, you know, you got people messaging you, oh, how you going, what you being up to? I'm like, literally nothing. I can't go anywhere.
And two of the French, meanwhile, operators of TLC are being trapped out and completely shut down in the bathroom. It is Big Boy Barry who is going on the flank and could potentially actually throw in a spanner in the works, but it seems that already the Ying is watching the angle. No, she's not. She does see the silhouette of the mute player, and well, it is the double barrel shotgun that will be finding the end of one of the French operators. Last man standing is the Six Seeger. He will be going in for the swing, does find the shot, a 1v1 situation, still workable, and maybe the first round loss here will be granted here, but Jimmy Bobbins will be taking that contestation. A swift headshot, though, to the head will be ending the game, well, sorry, the round, as round 4 has now been concluded, and well, now it seems that maybe both of the teams might actually agree to a knife round to end the series.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know about you, Cthulhu, but I definitely prefer my headshots to the head. I think that's just the best place for them. But here we go, knife round. Let's see how we go. We won't shield, they say. This
That's
is
gonna be
interesting.
Yeah, there we go. The final round of this series and the final round of the broadcasted round robin.
Yeah, I mean, after all this, we will be heading into that coveted playoff situation. But, I mean, there's literally no point analysing what's going on here with these picks because it's just going to be a knife round by the sounds of things. Outside pull. That was the call that was made, I believe.
Well, we'll have to see, because right now, looking at the setup that TLC have, they have the ACOGs for the longer range, so a cheeky betrayal could be certainly in place. We'll have to see, because I mean, FLSHS, I'm almost getting it, no boss. They have all the high-speed operators, well, minus the Thermite being the 2-speed, but certainly, I mean, the rest of the roster is looking, yep, there it is. There's the run out, and well, we're gonna go and make a circle in the pools. Oh boy.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but it looks like the pool is exactly where things are going to go down. They're going to get this one set up. I mean, this is probably somehow the Lakers Legends' best chance to get around here. So let's see how this one goes down. As they're just trying to figure each other out. And first kill goes down. Bohan Jones is going to find the first. That swift elbow from IQ. Looks like they're just going for one-on-one sort of fights right now, it seems like. And they trade. Okay.
Okay.
A knife trade. I'm not sure how that works, but Yoda Game's going to be able to get the man advantage completely in FLSHS's favor. Oh no, the timing just not working out on the Kavira, and it's all down to the last player, Six Seeger. What can you do here? Just trying to hide. Oh, no, they're all coming for him. Trying to get something going. Can't do it, and FLSHS is going to be able to take out the Series 2-0. 10 rounds in a row. GG's across the board. And the crouching dock is the final scenes we're going to see here in this one. But that does it. That concludes the regular season. Of course, obviously, all the results aren't in just yet. So we definitely need to make sure that we keep up to date with all of them, because we want to know what happens in those other games. It can, again, change the whole result of the season. So it will be interesting to see what happens, if anything.
Yeah, certainly it's going to be interesting, to say at the very least. But yeah, that is pretty much all that there could be there for the matchup. Unfortunate loss for TLC, but once again, Elenvius finishing the regular season, the round robin part of it at the very least, with a flawless run, not a single loss. Only the maximum amount of points that were taken off them in a single map were 3 rounds, and not a single full 9-round game. So well done, well played, and congratulations to them on the first place in the playoffs.
Yeah, really securing their spot for a couple of weeks now. I think we've sort of known that they were going to finish up the way that they have. As I said, the other results from this week can still change the shape of the table. So to be up to date on all of the results, you want to head over to the Twitter Esports Oz to keep up to date. Every result will be posted on there. I'm sure the ladder as well, once it is all cemented, secured, and 100% set in stone, that will be posted probably over there as well to keep everyone in the loop. But apart from that, it's been a pretty good season so far. I'm keen to get playoffs underway.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely really keen for the playoffs. I definitely think that these games are the ones that will be the most, the closest ones, even if Lenvias will be playing against the remaining two teams that are yet to be decided. I certainly think that the playoffs is where I think we might be seeing a bit of an upset maybe to be gauged.
Yeah, I mean, there's always room for it, and as I said, those results, if there's an upset tonight, could change the shape of that top half of the ladder. So there's so much room for it. Hopefully it does happen. Hopefully these teams have been able to, actually learn a little bit and practice and try and get better with their skills as the season has gone down. I think we have seen improvements in some aspects from a few teams here and there. I'd probably put Mars and Makos and ICB, who currently are second and third place, in that realm, that they have quite obviously improved in their skill level from when we first saw them literally week 1 playing against each other to where we've seen them in preceding weeks. So yeah, it's nice to see that. Hopefully, these lower teams as well have taken the losses as with a grain of salt, try to improve from them. But going into playoffs, I'm super keen.
Oh yeah. Extremely keen, definitely. All of the losses, all of the draws have been phenomenal learning material. Hopefully next season we will be seeing a much more competitive side, and maybe a few of the teams to have some adjustments to their play styles, to maybe some of the rosters even. So definitely quite keen to see what future will bring for us.
Yeah, and of course, if you are watching and you're a high school student above the age of 16 and you want to get involved for the next season, make sure to not just check in with your school, check in with some of your mates, see if they want to make a team and get involved in the high school league, whether it be Siege, or of course Rainbow Six as well. Siege and Rainbow Six, Siege and Rocket League are the main two that we're sort of supporting at the moment. get involved for the next season when that will be announced eventually, because I know it's a lot of fun. I'm sure these guys are having a lot of fun, and if that last round is anything to go by, I'd say so. But I think that just about wraps it up for us here, Cthulhu. Of course, you're going to be, again, casting the Women's League, so if you are interested in that, tune in at 7 o'clock in the same damn place. That will be live around 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to go check us out on Twitter, I'm at James Milboss. Cthulhu's at CthulhuANZ. Of course, thank you to our sponsors, AQ Racing, Ubisoft, and Computer Alliance for making this all possible. And thank you to the production team up there in Brisbane for keeping the show running, even though I try to make it as difficult as possible. Thank you again. We will catch you guys next time for the High School League as we head into playoffs. For now, good night.